Hello everybody, welcome to Live Interactive English. I am Shane.
And I'm Karen. Today we are looking at part 2 of Taroko National Park, millions of years in the making. So in part 1, we were talking about all the natural beauty and the beautiful scenery that you can, see in Taroko National Park. But what are some of the activities or fun things we can do there?
Well, one of the things I thought was really cool and fun is going on the suspension bridge.
Oh, I love those.
There's a really big suspension bridge and it's a little bit scary as you're walking across. Like, I thought it was fun, but my wife was like...
Really scared?
She was really scared. Like, it took her forever to go across and she almost didn't want to get off the bridge because it really starts to move around and shake, right?
So she's afraid of heights.
Yeah, and she also saw that there is a limit of how many people can go on it.
Uh-huh.
So she noticed a lot of people were coming and she was so scared that the bridge was just going to collapse.
I don't think that would happen though.
Yeah,
but then I know that there's also like a beautiful waterfall. It could be like, there could be more than one, huh?
Yeah, I'm sure there's lots of waterfalls. I went to one waterfall and yeah, it was really cool.
Really pretty as well.
Yeah.
Wow, there's so many things that we can do there. I wonder with all the natural beauty, it would be really cool to go camping there.
Absolutely, but I don't know if you're allowed to go camping without a permit. You probably either need a permit or maybe you can't camp there at all.
I don't know.
That would
Okay,
be
well, I
awesome,
guess
though.
we'll have to find out, right?
Yeah.
But, in the meantime, let's learn more about Taroko National Park.
Okay.
Near the center of the park is Buloawan, a 300-year-old settlement belonging to the Atayal people. At a height of 370 meters above sea level, Buloawan has pleasant temperatures all year round. At the settlement, visitors can check out exhibition halls displaying traditional Atayal crafts like basket weaving. Buloawan also has cottages available for guests interested in an overnight stay.
Okay, so part 2 of Taroko National Park, millions of years in the making.
That's right. So we're going to be learning more about Taroko National Park.
Yes.
Let's get into it. Near the center of the park is Buloawan, a 300-year-old settlement belonging to the Atayal people. At a height of 370 meters above sea level, Buloawan has pleasant temperatures all year round. Okay, so we're talking about this place, Buloawan, right?
Yes.
And then it has pleasant temperatures all year round. So pleasant just means something is really nice. So nice temperature all year round, that means it's probably not too hot or not too cold. I love places like that.
Yeah, so like in the summer, you can just imagine you can kind of escape there and it's probably...
Escape the
You
heat.
can probably imagine, in my mind, it'll probably be like 18 to 20 degrees or something like that.
Oh, that would be really
And
nice.
then in the winter, it's not too cold because it's not too high. Ooh, it does sound good. And so it's kind of like the home of the Atayal people, which is an Aboriginal tribe.
That's right.
Native to that area. Okay, cool. Continuing, at the settlement, visitors can check out exhibition halls displaying traditional Atayal crafts like basket weaving.
I love, checking out the Aboriginal art and culture in Taiwan.
Yeah, and they have lots of crafts there. So what's a craft? A craft is a skill or a talent in making things by hand, or it can refer to the things that have been made by hand.
That's right.
So for example, my grandma sells crafts that she's made over the years. So like, yeah, basket weaving is a kind of handcraft that you do. And you see that a lot for Aboriginal people.
That's right.
Making things like baskets and things like that.
And usually they're really, really pretty too. And I think they make everything by hand. When you go to these stores where they sell their crafts, I love visiting stores like that.
That's so awesome because everything, always has something unique about it. Even if it's the same thing, it's going to be a little bit different.
That's right, like different patterns, different colors.
Right.
Okay, so let's learn more. Bulawan also has cottages available for guests interested in an overnight stay.
Me.
Oh, me too.
Oh, I didn't know that. I would totally like to do that. Stay in a cottage.
Yeah, in an overnight stay. That means you can stay there overnight, right?
Yeah.
So a cottage is a noun. Basically, it's like a small house, especially outside of a city. And usually it's like made of wood, like a wooden house.
Yeah, right.
Usually.
Right.
So for example, the old woman lives in a small cottage in the valley. Oh, that would be like a cute little house, I would imagine, right?
That sounds so awesome to stay overnight there in
Yes.
a cabin, just surrounded by nature, and it would feel really cozy.
That's right.
Almost like you're camping.
Exactly,
Almost, right?
exactly.
So the next vocabulary word is overnight. So overnight just means during or for an entire night. So it's an adjective to describe that. So for example, you could say, I took an overnight train to Tainan.
Ah, so you were on the train for the whole night,
Yes,
right?
I
If you
spent the
got there
night.
in the morning.
Right, exactly.
Okay. Well, I didn't know that there's a cottage that you can stay at. Oh, that would be so fun.
That sounds so exciting to me. Like, I just love being in nature. And cabin, you can imagine you're probably not going to hear, like if you're in a big hotel, you're probably going to hear like a lot of neighbors and stuff like that. But the cabin kind of feels like you can be even closer to nature.
That's right. And you are right. It's going to be nice and cozy, definitely.
Awesome.
Okay, well, how about let's take a short break and we'll be back for more.
Okay.
Hello， 大家好，我是 Hanny。我们今天继续跟着课文到太鲁阁国家公园游览。那么下一站呢，就是靠近国家公园中央的部落湾。这是一个有300年历史的泰雅族聚居地。那来到这里呢，你可以去看看有展示那种传统泰雅手工艺的展示厅，像是他们有这种蓝篓编织。而部落湾也有小屋，可以让有兴趣过夜的宾客来使用。我们来看单字 craft。Craft 是指手艺工艺，尤其是指制作东西那种手工艺。好，那补充一下 handcraft， 我们在 craft 前面加上 hand， 那这个动词可以表达手工制作的意思。下一个单字 cottage， 它可以指乡间的那种小屋啊，或者是村舍。那在讲到小屋的时候，老师没有用到形容词 cozy，C-O-Z-Y，cozy 可以形容是舒适的、惬意的，或是轻松愉快的。再看到 overnight， 它是形容一夜间，在夜间的那种意思。好，那这边一个重点，我们进入文法时间。好，我们来看这个重点是 check out 的常见用法。首先第一种呢，可以当及物用，来指看一看、瞧一瞧，尤其是指去看吸引人或者是有趣的人或事物。举例来说 ，Come and check out my new car， 来看看我新买的车。好，第二个呢，可以当不及物用，去表达结账退房啊，办理退房手续。那么后面可以接 of 加名词来表达退房、离开某地。举例来说 ，We went straight to the airport after checking out of our hotel。我们办理退房后呢，就直接前往机场。那么第三个用法呢，是可以当及物用去表达登记借阅，像是在图书馆登记借阅。例如 ，She went to the local library and checked out a book on gardening。她去当地图书馆借了一本跟园艺有关的书籍。好，那接回到课文中。
Another area frequented by visitors is the Yanziko Trail, also known as Swallow Grotto. This section of Taroko Gorge got its name from two environmental features, the swallows that frequent the area and the indentations in the rock surface, which are often mistaken for bird nests. These small holes in the rock have been carved into interesting shapes by millions of years of erosion. The most well-known of these rock formations is Chieftain's Profile Rock, which resembles the head of an Indian chief when it's seen from the side. Chieftain's Profile Rock is best viewed from the observation deck of Jinhung Park. This park features bathrooms, a small store, and tree-covered patios for visitors in need of a break. Taroko National Park's natural beauty attracts visitors from around the world. It's a great example of nature's power to transform the environment and captivate people.
Welcome back, everyone.
Okay, so before the break, we were talking about going to Bulawan, and you can see some of the Atayal, right?
Atayal.
The Atayal tribes, they have some of the really cool crafts that you can see there, and you can even stay overnight in a cabin.
I know, that sounds really, really fun.
All right, where else can we go?
Okay, so another area frequented by visitors is the Yanziko Trail, also known as Swallow Grotto. So Yanzi, we know there are swallows, right? The kind of birds called swallows, and the Swallow Grotto. This section of Taroko Gorge got its name from two environmental features: the swallows that frequent the area and the indentations in the rock surface, which are often mistaken for bird nests. Okay, so we know that there are a lot of swallows around the area. That's why also the indentations in the rock surface. So we have the rock surface. Indentations kind of like an area or like it's cut sharply inward.
Yeah.
So there's like a hole kind of.
So I could see why you would mistake that for a nest. You see all the swallows there, and they're probably even like landing there. You're like, oh, that must be their nests.
That's right.
But you would be wrong if you thought that. Okay, continuing. These small holes in the rock have been carved into interesting shapes by millions of years of erosion.
Ooh.
So they have not been made by these little swallows or whatever. They're there because of erosion. Cool. The most well-known of these rock formations is Chieftain's Profile Rock, which resembles the head of an Indian chief when it's seen from the side.
I saw the picture of that.
Yeah.
It really does look like a person, like an Indian chief.
Yeah, you can see it really quickly. Like some people, like some of these kind of things, people are like, oh, do you see it? And I'm like, no, I don't. I could look at it forever. But in this case, you look at it like, oh yeah, I can totally see it. It looks like the profile,
That's right.
right, of a man.
It really resembles the head, right?
What does that mean, to resemble?
To resemble basically just means to look like or to be similar to. Right. So for example, many people say that Sophia resembles her mother, but I don't agree. So when you say someone resembles somebody, that means that person looks like somebody.
Yes. Do you resemble your mother or your father?
I think maybe my father. I
Okay.
think, yeah. Okay, well, Chieftain's Profile Rock is best viewed from the observation deck of Jingheng Park. This park features bathrooms, a small store, and tree-covered patios for visitors in need of a break. Wow, so it's basically got everything for tourists, right?
Yeah.
Because we know that all tourists, they want to go to the stores and shop around. They have
Go to the bathroom.
That's right.
You can't forget that a lot of times, especially when you're driving around somewhere. You need a rest stop because it's nice to be able to have a nice clean bathroom somewhere.
Okay, that's very, very important to me too. And then there's also the tree-covered patios for visitors in need of a break. It's like a patio where they can rest and kind of just sit there and then enjoy the view, right?
Right, so there's an observation deck. So observation is an adjective. This is just the act of observing something, which just means to look at something. So when you observe something, you look at it carefully, and usually you're looking at it to either see its beauty or to try to learn something about it.
That's right.
So for example, you can say, head to the observation tower for a great view of the mountains.
That will be a lot of fun.
Yeah. Okay, so continuing, Taroko National Park's natural beauty attracts visitors from around the world. Yeah, when you go there, you see tourists from everywhere.
Not just Taiwan, but a lot of people from Taiwan actually visit the Taroko National Park too.
Right. It's a great example of nature's power to transform the environment and captivate people.
Ah, so what does it mean by to captivate people?
Yeah, to captivate somebody, it has this idea of capturing.
Okay, it's like kind of like getting their attention, right?
To grab your attention.
Makes you want to like go there and then, attracts you there.
Yeah, like if you're looking at something and they're captivating, you're just like, you're captivated by it.
That's right. Okay, but we do have a what do you think question for you and for everybody.
Okay.
So which aspect of Taroko Gorge appeals to you the most and why?
Well, the gorge itself, of course, is gorgeous. Hey, you like that? It's gorgeous.
Okay.
But I think what appeals to me the most is probably Bulawan.
Oh.
Like now that I know that I could actually stay in a cabin
That's right. I didn't know that.
right there in Taroko Gorge, I think that sounds so cool. Yeah, so I'm kind of excited about that. How about you?
The most appealing aspect of Taroko Gorge is, I think the swallow grotto.
Ooh, okay.
I think that's really, really unique. It's not something that you see everywhere.
That's true.
Right? And then I remember going there. It was really, really, I could remember it, even right now.
Yeah.
So it was a lot of fun. Also, I think the waterfall, the suspension bridge, a lot of natural beauty in Taroko National Park. Everything about it. It just makes me want to go back and visit again and again.
That's the thing. You don't have to do anything in particular. You just go there and you're just going to be captivated.
That's right. Just enjoy the place, right?
Awesome. It really makes me want to go back.
That's true. Same here. Well, this is all the time we have for today. I hope you guys really enjoy this beautiful national park. And we'll come back here and see you guys next time.
Okay. See you later. Bye-bye.
下一站来到燕子口步道，又称为燕子洞。那这一区是因为2种环境特色而得名，一个呢就是经常在这一带出没的燕子，另一个是岩石表面的凹洞，这些凹洞常被误认是鸟巢。那其实岩石上这些小洞啊，是经过数百万年的侵蚀作用冲刷成有趣的形状。那这些岩层中最著名的就是印第安酋长岩，从侧面看的时候，就像是印第安酋长的头像。那要欣赏印第安酋长岩，最佳地点就是这个静恒公园的观景台，那边有厕所，也有树木遮荫的平台，让需要短暂休息的游客可以在那边歇一会儿，看看风景。我们来看单字 resemble， 这个动词就表示看起来像什么，类似，跟什么什么相似。那么 observation 这个名词呢，它表示观察、观测，或者是观察结果。在文中，它是当形容词形容作为观测用的。那 observation deck 就是观景台。再看到补充单字 captivate。这个动词它表示使着迷、迷住或是吸引。那我们可以用它的现在分词 captivating 去描述是迷人的、吸引人的，或是令人神魂颠倒的。再补充一下 grotto 这个字表示小洞穴或是岩洞 ，indentation 则是指凹口或是凹痕。那 Karen 老师在讲这个凹洞的时候呢，他就用到 inward 这个副词 inward inward 可以描述是向内底、向中心底。好，最后再补充一下，我们说这个 Taroko Gorge， 这个 gorge 就是峡谷嘛。那 Shane 老师他刚刚刻意用到 gorgeous 来描述太鲁阁国家公园，那它就是由 gorge 再加上 ous 构成这个形容词 gorgeous 就是非常美的、引人入胜的或是华丽的。这边2个重点，我们进入文法时间。好，我们来看第一个重点是 mistake A for B， 表示把 A 误认成 B。那么 mistake 在这边是当及物动词去表达搞错啊，把什么误认为什么什么。注意它的3态是 mistake、mistook、mistaken。举例来说 ，The teacher mistook her for her twin sister。那位老师啊，把她误认成她的双胞胎妹妹了。好，第2个重点是 in need of 是表达需要什么什么，有什么什么的必要。像 the roof of the temple is in need of repair， 那间寺庙的屋顶需要修复。那比较一下，如果我们是单纯用 in need， 它是表达贫困的、困难中的，用来只说呢，可能是需要生存必需品，像金钱啊、食物等等的情况。举例来说 ，The charity gives food to those in need。那个慈善机构发送食物给有需要的人。好，以上是今天的讲解，同学别走开，马上回来哦。
Near the center of the park is Bulowan, a 300-year-old settlement belonging to the Atayal people. At a height of 370 meters above sea level, Bulowan has pleasant temperatures all year round. At the settlement, visitors can check out exhibition halls displaying traditional Atayal crafts like basket weaving. Bulowan also has cottages available for guests interested in an overnight stay. Another area frequented by visitors is the Yanziko Trail, also known as Swallow Grotto. This section of Taroko Gorge got its name from 2 environmental features, the swallows that frequent the area and the indentations in the rock surface, which are often mistaken for bird nests. These small holes in the rock have been carved into interesting shapes by millions of years of erosion. The most well-known of these rock formations is Chieftain's Profile Rock, which resembles the head of an Indian chief when it's seen from the side. Chieftain's Profile Rock is best viewed from the observation deck of Jinheng Park. This park features bathrooms, a small store, and tree-covered patios for visitors in need of a break. Taroko National Park's natural beauty attracts visitors from around the world. It's a great example of nature's power to transform the environment and captivate people.
Hi everybody, I'm Carolyn.
And I'm Kiki.
And right now we're going to be playing Word Drop, a game where we each have 3 cards with words or phrases that we have not seen yet, and we're going to try to weave them into casual conversation. Are you ready?
I'm not sure.
Okay, well I'll get us started.
Okay.
Okay, so when I was in preschool, sometimes we would do different things. Sometimes we would have a cooking class, sometimes we would have an art class, but I think my favorite class was when we were making something that would be useful, making like a craft.
It's interesting that you talk about preschool because when I was younger, ever since I was a little child, everyone that met me, you know, relatives or my parents' friends, they would always say that I resemble my aunt. Yeah.
Interesting, interesting. It's funny that you say that because people said the same thing about me when I was growing up. In fact, when my aunt and I would go out, people would always think that I was her daughter, but I wasn't. Well, I remember that happened one time and my mom was there. My aunt and my mother and I had gone to this cottage and someone made that mistake.
Really? And speaking of cottages, what we used to do every time we went back to the States to see my aunt, we'd always go to Reno as a family and we'd always stay there overnight. And it would just be one night and then we'd drive back to San Jose.
Interesting. I've never been to Reno before. I feel like there are so many places in the United States that I haven't been to still. Like, I'm traveling the world, I'm seeing different countries now, but I feel like at some point I need to go back and learn more about where I'm from, even different states, because in the United States, like even different parts of the United States have different cuisines, different cultures, like very different accents, and definitely a lot of places I want to check out.
Right. And, you know, just speaking about having to go back to somewhere, for me, though, I still live with my sister. And a lot of times people see us a lot. So, but we have our own careers and we're in different industries too. But sometimes we overlap as well. And a lot of times people mistake my sister for me. So it gets people really confused because they'd be like, hey, Winnie, and she's never met them before. And she would be all like, huh? Hi. And then they would feel like, you know, why is she being so cold? You know, she's not being very friendly today.